608, that was Avicii right there with Hey Brother. You're listening to the Morning Cruise Control. I'm Senior Airman Kellen Carr, and it's our Finally Friday show, and kind of a special edition of the Finally Friday show. It's rather fitting that I had Avicii Hey Brother start out the show because it's like National Bring Your Brother to Work Day. I have my brother Jordan Burton here in the studio with me. What's up, bro?
Tokyo, how you doing?
And we're not playing around. Like, this is my actual brother. He's in from the States. You know, I've been talking about this for a while now, bringing him out, flying him out here for the holidays, for New Year's. And how have you enjoyed things so far out here in Tokyo?
It has really been incredible. So much to see, so much to do. Just experiencing a different culture, and having New Year's here was just unbelievable. Great, best Christmas present ever.
Your first time out of the States, right?
Yes, never left America. I was so nervous. The flight, 13 hours from Chicago, it was long, but worth it.
And how's everything going as far as with that jet lag and everything?
Been a little sleepy. These last few days I had to try to catch up on some sleep. It's been kind of crazy because, obviously we're 14 hours back home, so I feel like overnight I'm not sleeping through the night, but no, you make do.
Absolutely. And, Jordan, last week I had off, so, we picked him up from the airport on Monday, and then we were out, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was go, go, go. Didn't even let him relax at all.
No, I had no time to warm up to it, so these last few days of sleep have definitely been welcome. But
you will be heading back tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, about 28 hours left here in Japan.
Last night in Japan.
Absolutely. But make sure you stay tuned, folks. We'll be talking more with Jordan throughout the show. He's actually going to join us on the Average Joe Sports Show later on. We'll also have FSS Marketing's Sean John in the studio with us, and Staff Sergeant Tracy Bullock. They're going to be talking to us about some events going on at the Samurai Fitness Center. We'll talk about a chili cook-off going down at Zama. The 374th Airlift Wing Commander Colonel Douglas Delamater will join us on the show, and much more. It's all here on the Morning Cruise Control, so do not touch that dial. And also, if you're on Facebook right now, make sure you go check out AFN Tokyo, the official page. Like us on Facebook, and also download AFN Pacific, the app. JB, I got to get back to the music, brother.
Let's do it.
All right, here's 5 Seconds of Summer, What I Like About You. It's now 6:16 here on the Morning Cruise Control. It's Kellen, and also got my brother in the studio with me, Jordan, and we're hanging out this morning. And Jordan, you're supposed to buy Mom something before you head back. Have you bought anything yet?
She's not listening, right? She can't hear me?
No, she can't hear you.
I have not bought her a thing.
You have not bought Mom a thing?
Not a single thing.
Okay, now
it's time to go shopping.
It is on you to buy Mom something.
Yes.
But luckily for you, Yokota Air Base actually going to be having an antique sale going on tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. I know your flight's at 11 or something.
Yes.
12. So I don't know if I'll have much time to get there.
That'll be a little kind of close.
Yeah, but it is going on tomorrow from 8 to 3 at the Yujo Community Center. Now, at this antique sale, they're going to have Japanese traditional crafts. They're going to have furniture. They're going to have Chinese antique gifts, kokeshi dolls, all kinds of stuff. Basically, great items for yourself or for a loved one like Mom who might want something like that, to symbolize your time in Japan.
Be a good place to go.
It would be a good
check
place.
That out. Now, we might need to check that out for Mom.
No, I'm putting that on you. Mom asked you to get something.
No, that's a we.
I bought Mom stuff from Japan before. She wanted something from you.
As my host, I feel like you should help me. Maybe the antique shop.
Help me. Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll have to figure something out, though. Hey, folks, it is 6:18, and we're going to keep that music going on along for you. We're going to be talking about a wood hobby class here in a moment. And also, we're going to have StoryCorps. It's basically where these veterans, they tell us their story, and many of them are war stories. That'll be coming up at 6:45. Some very touching stories, and we'll be doing this every Friday at 6:45. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It's called StoryCorps, and it's a story of a veteran. But we're getting back into this music. Jordan, you're a big Duke fan.
Yes, huge Duke fan.
Crazily. I can't stand Duke, but it's all good. We'll let that slide because you are my brother. But this next artist actually went to Duke, graduated from Duke with a degree in sociology. Believe it or not, he wrote this song his freshman year because he said all the girls thought they were cooler than him. It's Mike Posner. 6:32, it's Kellen here back in the studio. I also got Jordan, my brother, holding it down. And having a good time this morning on this Finally Friday. And JB, that means a lot of things here on the Morning Cruise Control. Do you know that?
What does that mean?
Finally Friday. Well, it means we have the Average Joe Sports Show at 9 o'clock, which you're going to get a chance to be a part of, which is rather fitting because Jordan is, talk to us a little bit about what you do back in the States.
Okay, back in Springfield, Missouri, I work at a TV station. I'm a multimedia sports reporter. I do, obviously I do social media and stuff like that, but I also do on-air, and I write. I do photos, videos, so a little bit of everything back home, but I only do sports, so Average Joe sounds like a home to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're talking about doing your writing. You got is it a weekly column that you do?
Yes.
It's called the Mohawk Chronicles.
Very fitting. And as you guys may not know, I have a massive mohawk, so
that he's had forever.
Yes, full of gray hair, so that's my thing. But yeah, the Mohawk Chronicles comes every week. I actually won a KC Press Club Award last year, so very happy about that.
Yeah, that was good stuff right there.
I see
you doing good stuff back home, so always good. It's rather as big brother, older brother here. I'm 4 years older than Jordan. It's always good to be able to see what you've been doing and see what you've become. And man, can't even say enough how proud of you I am. But I'm not even gonna get into all that mushy stuff. It's too early for that. It's Friday. Check it out. There's a wood hobby class going down tomorrow at Yokosuka. How are your wood hobby skills?
Bad, but we could get Mom a gift there. We could make her a gift there.
I no, because she messed around and have one of them little roller cars with blood all over it because I didn't cut my thumb off. Can't do that. But it's going down tomorrow starting at noon. From 12 to 4 o'clock, you can go over to the wood hobby shop at Yokosuka MWR. And in this class, they're going to be taking people through the steps to make the triangular flag case. At the end of the class, you're going to have a beautiful flag case to finish as you choose. So it's pretty cool. What they do is they fly the flags over any command that you so choose. When I was in Afghanistan, I usually, in the evening time, I would go out there and we'd fly flags, salute them, do the whole proper thing, boom, fold them up, put in the triangle, and this is what it is. You put that in the case. So, if you want to make your own triangular flag case, well, make sure you go over to Yokosuka's MWR's Wood Hobby Shop tomorrow at noon, from noon to 4 o'clock, and get yours made. So that'd be pretty cool right there. All right, we're going to keep this thing going. It's now 6:34. Got some more great music coming up for you, including Taylor Swift, Meghan Trainor, the Congos, Jason Derulo, and much more. But here's Snow Patrol, Called Out in the Dark. And I'll write your name. 6:42, that was my girl Taylor Swift.
That's
right
my
there.
jam.
That is the jam, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
Oh, man, I don't know. That beat is infectious. And then when she comes on, you look like my next mistake. I'm like, man. I
don't know the words that well.
Yeah.
But you can't help but nod your head a little bit when that song comes on.
Hey, it's Kellen here, and also Jordan in the studio. Hey, we're having a good time this morning. It's finally Friday, but check it out. Here in a moment, we're going to get a little bit serious on you because we're going to have StoryCorps, and this basically where we're going to hear the story of a military veteran who formed a special bond with two young men in Iraq. So make sure you stay tuned. That's coming up here in a moment. We'll also have your weather and your yen rate up after Lord. Here's tennis courts.
Here's your weather.
All right, let's take a look outside of our Eagle 810 studio. It's 30 degrees. It feels like it's 24, but at least the skies are clear. Today you can expect sunny to partly cloudy skies. Today's highs are going to be in the lower 50s. Tonight we got clear skies, and tonight's lows in the upper 20s. Tomorrow you can expect sunny skies. Tomorrow's highs are going to be in the lower 50s, and tomorrow's lows in the upper 20s. Taking a look ahead at Sunday. It's going to be partly cloudy skies with a chance of rain. Sunday's temperatures are going to be very similar to today and tomorrow. It's going to be lower 50s for your highs and upper 20s for your lows. Kind of confusing right there, that 50s to 20 thing. Because 50s warm in the day and 20s, you've experienced that.
Oh, yeah, and I think people back home are a little bit jealous of that. It's about 5 degrees in
I
Joplin
saw that.
right now, so,
in Joplin, Missouri, our hometown, they're canceling school because of it. It's kind of
extreme
crazy.
cold.
Time to get to our StoryCorps. Here's the story of Ahmed and Ali. That was Ingrid Michelson right there with Afterlife. Hey, it's Kellen and my little bro Jordan in the studio with me, man, on Finally Friday. How you feeling right now, man?
I'm feeling great. A little early.
Huh?
A little early.
A little bit. Not too bad, though, right?
Not too bad, yeah.
All right, well, folks, make sure you stay tuned because coming up in our next hour, we're going to have the 374th Airlift Wing Commander, Colonel Douglas Delamater. We're also going to talk about a chili cook-off competition. What you know about that?
I love me some chili.
All right, well, they're going to have some very unique chilies at this competition. And then we're going to talk about Foodie Friday. That's today, Foodie Friday. Free food.
Where?
I'll tell you where in our next hour. We got your AP Radio News coming up after we get to some more music. Here's Jay-Z featuring Justin Timberlake with Holy Grail.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, AFN Eagle 810 Radio proudly presents to you, standing in at 5 foot 5.5 inches, the king of cruise, the master of morning shows, the biggest little man on the planet, Kellen Carr.
7:09. You're tuned in to the Morning Cruise Control's Finally Friday show with me, Senior Airman Kellen Carr, and also We had Pitbull and Kesha right there with Timber. I got a special guest in the studio with me on this Finally Friday because it's a pretty special day. I got my little brother. How many people could do that? Bring your little brother to work. Jordan, how you doing, brother?
I'm fantastic.
Like, I call, like, all people I'm close to and cool with, I call him brother. But this is actually my real brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not my brother. He's my brother.
Physically, same mother,
Yes.
same blood.
Same bloodlines. You know, hashtag. I'm doing the hashtag sign. I don't even know what that. Hashtag same bloodlines. Anyway, Jordan's here in the studio with me. He's actually been in Japan for, since what, last Monday, right?
Yes.
And, you know, the trip's coming to an end tomorrow. You'll be headed back.
Going back to the States, man. It's been an incredible trip. Unreal.
What-
Unreal.
what-
Mount Fuji was great. Fuji-ku was great. I mean, just seeing Tokyo, being down there for New Year's Eve, it's really just been an incredible experience. Eating different foods. Some of them I like, some of them I maybe didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, just overall a great trip.
You've been real sketchy on the foods, man. And you know what's funny? Growing up, I was always the picky eater in the family.
Oh, yeah.
And then here you are, you're out here, and you're like, I cannot believe you eat all of this stuff. You were so shocked.
I think it just caught me off guard. I wasn't quite ready for the way the food would be.
Oh, so you telling me you wasn't prepared?
No, I was in no way prepared. No. Let's just say Chili's and Popeyes were on point. I loved it.
Oh, my goodness.
So many other places, but not so much.
Dude, he's killing me right now. But again, you have had a good time, and I'm happy for that. Glad we got you out here, but yeah, you had to look like you about to say something.
For sure. And I just want to send a special shout out to the troops. I know a lot of people say thank you and stuff, but really coming from someone with family member in the service, it's incredible what you guys go through and what your families go through in order to allow you to do what you do. And even throughout Kellen's deployment, it's so tough. So really just thank you to the troops and the families and just everyone who supports you in what you do. It's just a great thing, beautiful thing.
Oh, man, you trying to make me cry here. It's Friday,
Your
man.
allergies acting up?
I'm trying, my allergies kind of act, you know what I'm saying? I got the pollen's in the air. But hey, listen, check it out. We're going to be talking this hour. We'll be talking about chili cook-off going down at Zama. We'll also hit up the 374th Airlift Wing Commander Colonel Douglas Delamater and Foodie Friday. I'm going to tell you more about that. And don't forget, folks, every Friday at 8:30, we give away a $25 FSS gift card, courtesy of Yokota Force Support Squadron. We'll have Sean John in the studio and Staff Sergeant Tracy Bullock, so don't miss out on that as well. It's all going down, man. It's a good day. It's Friday, y'all, so a lot to be excited about, and we'll be talking about some stuff coming up this weekend. But it's time to go ahead and get back into this music, JB, if you don't mind, man.
Let's do it.
All right, here's Selena Gomez with The Heart Wants What It Wants. It's now 7:19, Kellen here, and also I got Jordan, my little bro, in the studio with me here on the Morning Cruise Control. Now, we're talking about this chili cook-off that's going down at Camp Zama. How much do you love chili, JB?
Love it. And the spicier, the better.
The spicier, the better.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
especially on a chili day. Like, not necessarily here, but like back in the States, today would be a perfect day for chili.
Have you ever been to a chili cook-off, though, where they're trying to be unique and creative and stuff with the chilies?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I have been to a couple, all right? And you'll have like a batch of maybe 10 or 12, right? 5 of them will be good. The other half,
Not so much.
it's like, nah, player, don't do that ever again. Just leave that alone. Trying to get too crazy with it, but that's what it's all about. You know, they want to see who can come up with a unique, it's all about presentation and the taste, and who can come up with the most unique or creative chili. It's got to be good. I mean, that's the overall thing. But if you come in there with just some bland, regular chili, you might not win unless it's just absolutely just bomb. But there's going to be prizes awarded actually to first, second, and third places. And you got to sign up at the cashier's cage there at the Sagamihara family housing area, the commissary. So this is going to be going down at the commissary parking lot on Thursday, January the 15th, starting at noon. So make sure you get involved. That's the chili cook-off competition. And yeah, it's going to be going down. So make sure you get signed up in advance.
Do they need an extra judge? They need somebody
You
to
know what I'm
kind of test
saying?
it out.
I tell them all the time, like, listen, you have a food contest, I'll judge. I got you.
Pick me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, that's January the 15th, and you got to sign up in advance. So nothing else needs to be said about that. Just don't do anything too awkward. I can tell you about some of the weird stuff. One person had this beer chili, and it tasted like, it just tastes like beer. It was like, no, that was not working. I know you meant for it to work, but it didn't. So I got a little bothered by that. And then another person had it was a yellow chili, and I was like, that's not chili. It doesn't even look like chili. Anyway, we're getting back into this music. Stay tuned. We're got the 374th Airlift Wing Commander Colonel Douglas Delamater here in a moment. But first, here's Walk the Moon with Shut Up and Dance. 7:43, Hozier right there, taking them to church. How you feel about that?
That's a good song.
It's a great song. And Cobra Starship before that, featuring Icona Pop with Never Been in Love. They had a, what'd you say? Sound like a Kids Bop song?
It sounds like Kids Bob. Yeah, Disney, some Mickey Mouse Club or something.
Yeah, I was really surprised because Cobra Starship and Icona Pop both usually have something. It was a little bit different feel for them. For
Very
sure.
different.
All right, well, say it's Kellen and Jordan in the studio, and we're not going anywhere, and you shouldn't either. We're talking Foodie Friday here in a moment. Foodie Friday.
Who doesn't love food?
How's that make you feel, though?
I'm so hungry right now. See this Pop-Tart, I'm ready to eat it.
All right, and we also have your weather and your yen rate coming up here in about 90 seconds. It's now 7:47, Kellen here, and I got my little brother in the studio with me, and he's going to be leaving tomorrow, headed back to the States. You're probably just now getting over your jet lag, and then you're going to be heading back.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be an adjustment.
Big time. But you know what else can help you adjust is food. You can hit up Foodie Friday going on at the Single Sailor Liberty Center there at Yokosuka. Now, they're going to be having free burgers and fries. All you got to do is stop by the Single Sailor Liberty Center anytime after 6 o'clock. And they have food going until it's gone.
And they do that every Friday?
They do TGIF. With USO does TGIF. Single Sailor Liberty program, they don't necessarily do this every Friday, but they're doing it this Friday. That's all that counts, okay?
People, take advantage. Free food, you can't beat it.
Absolutely. And burgers and fries, you can't beat that. There's nothing wrong with that, right, Jordan?
No, you can eat burgers and
that?
fries. Some of the other stuff, nah. Burgers and fries all day.
He's been so picky since he's been out here. It's kind of crazy because growing up, you were always the one that ate everything.
Anything.
And now you're like, I don't get it. You looked at the gyoza the other day as if it was just some foreign object.
Well, in America, it would be considered a foreign object.
But then once you ate it,
it was delicious. It was so good.
All right, so I don't want to hear anything else then. That's all I want to hear.
Touche.
All right, 7:48, we're getting back to the music. Here's Cheryl Lloyd and Astro with Want You Back. 7:56. That was Maroon 5 right there with Animals. Hey, wrapping up another hour here on the Morning Cruise Control. Kellen, I got my brother Jordan in here messing me all up, man.
See, what happened was...
Yeah. Hey, so check it out. We got Sean John coming up from FSS Marketing. We're going to be talking about many events going on around Yokota Air Base, so stay tuned for that. Your AP Radio News and your chance to win a $25 FSS gift card. It's coming up after Coldplay. Here's Magic. That song gets me so amped up. Bruno Mars right there with Uptown Funk. And actually Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars. Hey, it's Kellen here.
I am funked up right now.
Are you funk? You smell that bad?
No, by the music I meant.
Oh, I was going to say you didn't bring the antiperspirant deodorant.
I've got it on. I took a shower this morning. It's all good.
I see you rocking that Boston Celtics jumpsuit right there. I bet you
this is not Boston Celtics.
Got Sean John in the studio from FSS
Good
Marketing.
morning, Canto Plains.
How you doing, man?
Been a while. Got through the holidays. Happy New Year to you. Glad to be back in the studio.
Absolutely. We also got Staff Sergeant Tracy Bullock in
morning,
the studio.
folks.
How you doing?
I am good. How about you?
You know, I'm doing fantastic, brother. Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too.
And then we got my little brother in the studio, Jordan, here with me as well.
I like
Still
how you
hanging
call
out.
him little brother. You keep saying little brother. Are you trying to...
He will always be my little brother.
That's true.
Always. He's my little but bigger brother, yes.
Right.
I
like that.
You guys see pictures of us when we were younger? I was like twice the size of him.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
Times have changed.
Times have changed, but I was about to say something.
Yeah.
I was about to say something not good for radio. He don't want to fight me.
You would funk him up, wouldn't you?
So listen, what are we gonna be talking about this morning?
We got all things FSS. We're going to be talking about Airman After Hours coming back up, ITT tour signups, the Narita shuttle fee changes, and of course we got some Samurai Fitness Center events to talk about, starting with this weekend, the New Year's Aerobathon. So,
Sergeant Bullock, you running that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're excited for that. Ready to hear about that and see what you guys going on at the Samurai Fitness Center.
We also have a gift card to give away.
Ooh.
I know that's a
$25,
shocker.
bang, bang, bang. $25 FSS gift card to give away.
So
Jordan,
keep listening.
Jordan just lit up over here like he could win. You're not winning that.
I can't get that.
No.
He could be the first to call in.
No, that's not happening. All right, listen. It's 8:11. We're going to get to Jordan's favorite song. He requested this one. It's Becky G with Shower. It's now 8:16. Kellen here. We also got Sean John, Tracy Bullock, Staff Sergeant Tracy Bullock, and also Jordan in the studio with me and having a good time on this finally Friday show. $25 FSS gift card to give away here in a moment. But first, we need to talk about some stuff going on around the Samurai Fitness Center. What do you have for us, Sergeant Bullock?
All right, well, for those of you out here trying to make the New Year's right, trying to keep your muscles toned and tight.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we got something for you.
Spitting freestyles this morning.
Man, he's motivating me right now.
He got bars.
5 bars. But join us tomorrow for our Robothon from 12 to 4:30, featuring 6 of our awesome instructors ranging from hot hula, Zumba, indoor cycling, Just come out for prize giveaways, refreshments. Just come out and have a good time. Start the new year right. And if that doesn't get you, well, we got powerlifting on February 21st.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be having out trophies for the best lift, best lifting set, all that good stuff. Sign-ups starts at February 1st through the 13th. So if you're interested, make sure you come out. We'll have more information coming closer.
Do you know what events they're going to have for that powerlifting competition? Is it going to be like a bench, squat, deadlift?
Yeah, we're going to have deadlift, bench press, squats, best lifter, all that good stuff.
Okay. And this is going to be broken down in weight categories?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to come back for that.
For what?
You know, I squat about 500 pounds.
Your squat is nice, but your bench,
I mean,
I don't know.
Needs a little work.
So again, the New Year's Aerobathon is going on tomorrow, January 10th, starting at noon to 4:30 at the Samurai Fitness Center. So make sure you hit that up. Like you said, what was that? What was that little freestyle you said? Get tight. What you say?
Trying to start the new year right. Trying to keep your muscles toned and tight. Get plenty of rest tonight.
Join
us tomorrow.
Bars.
Join us tomorrow.
Got him.
Out with some words.
That's what I'm talking about right
sign
there.
him.
So
Sign him.
and again, the
Get a record deal.
the Powerlifting Invitational going on February 21st, and signups, you said, February 1st to the February 13th. All right, that's all going down at the Samurai Fitness Center. For more information, just contact Staff Sergeant Bullock and the rest of the Samurai Fitness Center for more information. And Sean, I know quickly, before we're not going to dive into all the topics, but we can talk about the ITT February Tour signups.
Yeah, that's happening this weekend as well, Saturday. 10 o'clock in the morning is when that starts. We all know to get out there and if you see a trip through ITT, I'm sure you've already looked at their brochure, kind of understand some of the trips that they're having. Like, for example, the One Direction concert.
Oh, snap.
That's happening in February.
Little girls everywhere went crazy.
Right. The Matsumoto Castle Tour, Nagano Lights Festival, Kamakura each month, obviously, Chinatown and Cruise. So those are some of the events they have, or trips they have. So get with ITT. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. you can start signing up for those.
Have you done the Kamakura Great Buddha?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that as well.
It's a good trip.
Nice trip right there. You should definitely hit that up if you haven't. Beautiful sight right there.
It is.
I think it's second largest Buddha in the world.
Yeah.
Don't get me lying. Don't get me
I'd
lying.
have to Google it.
I think the largest one's in Thailand, and I saw it.
Did you really?
I did. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're going to get back into the music. We'll have more from Sean here in a moment. And, Jordan, Sergeant Bullock, they're hanging out with us as well. $25 FSS gift card to give away.
Coming up.
We got Ariana Grande right here featuring The Weeknd. The song's called Love Me Harder.
Let's get it now.
909 Pitbull featuring Neo. That was Time of Our Lives. That's exactly what we're having here on the Average Joe Sports Show. I'm the host of the show, Senior Airman Kellen Carr. It's still part of the morning cruise control, but every Friday at 9 o'clock we go to the Average Joe Sports Show. We talk about the hottest topics in sports. And today on our panel, to my right, I have Hollywood. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, man? Happy New Year to everybody out there. Good first show of the season. Representing the West Coast again, in case you forgot. Hollywood. I don't know. That's all I got.
And we got Foof
Coming in weak.
East Coast, and I got a little bit of bone to pick with Kellen. He calls it the Average Joe Sports Show, and he brought in the ringer today. It's pros versus Joes today. Goodness gracious.
Are you scared?
I don't know if I'm scared. I would have prepared a little bit more.
Oh, my goodness. And the ringer he's talking about is my little brother, Jordan, a.k.a. JB, in the studio. What's up, man?
Our business show me state a Duke basketball all day. That's all we got to talk about.
Duke
He said-
I'm good. I'm on top of that.
Look at it. This dude said he's representing the Show Me State Duke basketball. What?
Makes sense, right?
No, not at
Coach
all.
K. Yep.
Not at all. Make that make sense for me.
You see, what had happened was Coach K. That's all I got to say.
See?
All right,
We're on
well,
the same page.
the Average Joes, we're going to be talking about college football playoff championship, obviously, that's coming up. Going to be interesting right there. Oregon and Ohio State. We've also got NFL playoffs going on at this time, and we'll be talking about some predictions for that. And, MLB. We had the Hall of Fame ballots come through. We're going to talk about some of the guys that didn't make it, and our thoughts on that are going to be interesting to see. And if you want to call in, chime in, and give us your opinion on the Average Joes, all you got to do is hit us up, 225-2379. Phone line is always open. You can actually win free food just for giving us your opinion or calling out one of these Joes. All right, we're going to keep things moving. These guys are being really quiet and weird. It's Friday. All right, it's Fall Out Boy. Here's Centuries. It's now at 9:17 here on the Average Joe Sports Show. I want to remind you, if you're trying to play some basketball, well, the Yokota Warriors are having their basketball tryouts Sunday, January the 18th, starting at 5 o'clock at the Samurai Fitness Center. You can go out and try out for the Yokota varsity basketball team. They're looking for the best players on base to represent Yokota. And we're moving into the Average Joe's topics. Is Kellen here? We got Hollywood, Foof, and JB. Our first topic, we're going to hit up college football playoff championship. All right, this is the big game. Oregon versus Ohio State. Hollywood, who you got?
I got Oregon, being from the Pac-12. But, they got that high speed offense. Ohio State's still working with their third-string quarterback who did well. They did well in the semifinal, but Oregon, they seem like they're on a harder roll than Ohio State would be.
Ohio State made all them, Arizona Cardinals fans have to think twice. They put out that third stringer. He came out and he beat Alabama. Nobody saw that coming. I'm going to have to give it to Ohio State. As much as I don't want to say it because I dislike Ohio State quite a bit, but I think they're gonna come out, surprise some people, and walk away national champs.
JB.
I would have to agree with you, Ohio State. I think the thing that Oregon did well against Florida State was they controlled the line of scrimmage. Ohio State's a little bit better up front. Cardell Jones is obviously a third-string quarterback, but he's not your average third-string quarterback. You see the way he throws the ball downfield. They've run the ball so well. Ezekiel Elliott, actually saw him play in high school. He's from St. Louis. Unreal talent. He's only a sophomore. I really feel like they will be able to grind that Oregon defense, kind of slow down the tempo of the game and make it a little bit more of a ground and pound attack. So
you don't see the Heisman Trophy winner go out there and just roasting these cats?
Have you seen Oregon win a national championship before?
Well,
there's a reason why teams that play that kind of football don't win national championships, and they're doing great this year. Obviously, they're playing extremely well, but I think Ohio State is a little bit more of that Arizona mold. Arizona gave them fits during the regular season, so I look for that to continue.
I'm with you, Hollywood, Oregon. All right, we're going to move on.
Urban Meyer also. Urban Meyer has a little bit more big atmosphere. It matters. It matters.
We'll see. We shall see. And let's go ahead and move on to the NFL draft. All right, as we're talking about Marcus Mariota, we also got Jameis Winston. He declared for the draft. Which of these players do you see going higher in the draft, and which do you see having the better career? All right, start with you, JB.
Actually, really good question. A lot of people have Mariota at the top of the board. I'm actually going with Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston is what?
As a top overall pick, the better prospect, the better player in the NFL. He's a little bit more pro-style quarterback. You're starting to see guys who are pocket passers but have that elusive ability, like an Aaron Rodgers, like an Andrew Luck. They're not necessarily running quarterbacks, but they can run. Jameis Winston also fits into that mold. Big arm. I think he's not as accurate as Mariota, but Mariota hasn't had to make pro reads like Jameis Winston has. A lot of Mariota stuff is right there, quick, little screens, little bubbles. He can throw the ball downfield, but again, he doesn't have that pro element to his offense that Jameis Winston's had. So I look for that to kind of push Winston over the top. Plus, he just has that it factor. Guy lost one game in the last 2 years. Once.
Absolutely.
Big game quarterback.
But Jameis Winston, is he going to display the maturity needed to run? And go ahead and answer that.
That's what I was going to go on, is that Mariota, he's got that, in the NFL, a successful quarterback. I'd say talent is not even the biggest part of that equation. You got to be a leader. You got to be a little lucky. And if he's acting like, look at Manziel. He goes into that huddle. How many people on that Browns team want him as their quarterback? He's not leading. You got to go in. You got to be a leader. If you're out there, you're huffing it up. Your team's you're gonna lose your team. You lose your team, you ain't gonna be able to be a starter. That's just my opinion.
Hollywood.
I think Mariota goes before Winston. We got enough time?
Yes.
But I mean, they're both Heisman winners. But you look at the Heisman winning quarterbacks of the past and how they've done in the NFL so far, and I wouldn't, as a GM, I wouldn't put too much stock in being a Heisman winning quarterback in the NFL nowadays. I'd probably pick one that's got more of that pro style offense. Maybe didn't win the Heisman, but did well in college.
We got a caller on the line. Caller,
that's good.
You're live.
Hi.
Eagle 810, who's this?
This is Lydia.
Lydia, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Are you calling in on the Joes?
No.
Oh, Lydia, you're killing me right now.
Goodness.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna put you on hold, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so there we go. And so that just kind of completely threw me off right there.
Brunch.
I just thought for sure she was calling.
I think she was about to say Mariota before you cut her off.
Is that what she was about to say?
Yeah.
All right, so of the 4 teams, of the 8 teams left in the NFL playoffs right now, who do you see winning it all? NFC, AFC, who do you see making it? Quickly, who are your picks?
I'm going with the Seahawks and the Patriots.
I'm going to have to go with Joe Flacco and the Ravens. I'm going to see them, storming through. And then I got to go with, and I hate saying this, but the Dallas Cowboys.
Packers and the Colts.
Packers and the Colts.
Packers and the Colts.
Interesting.
In the Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm a little befuddled right now. I really don't know what to think of that. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it plays out. And, of course, check myafn.net for your complete TV schedule needs so you can catch all of the football action. Here's Nick Jonas with Jealous.
You're tuned in to the Average Joe Sports Show by there. Keep it locked to Eagle 810 for our highly average take on sports talk.
9:32 Average Joe Sports Show. It's Kellen here. And I'm going to remind you, parent and child swim lessons going down at Atsugi every Tuesday and Thursday from January 20th to February 12th, starting from 10 to 10:30 at the Ranger Indoor Pool. Contact the Ranger Gym for more information on that. All right, we're jumping back into the topics here on the Average Joes. And we covered some NFL playoffs and whatnot, but let's go ahead and talk about the playoff quarterbacks, all right? So say you're in a situation, it's the Super Bowl. You need one quarterback, and we're only using the quarterbacks that are currently in the playoffs. So we're talking Joe Flacco, we're talking Tom Brady, Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, Tony Romo, Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, and Peyton Manning. You only get one of these quarterbacks for one game. You got to win this game. Who are you taking? Hollywood.
I'm taking Andrew Luck. Right now, he led the league in touchdown passes. You know, he's high. He hasn't done a lot in the playoffs, but I mean, he's the youngest out of all those guys. And I just want to see what he can do.
I tell you who I'm not taking, Andrew Luck, the guy who ain't been there before. Joe Flacco's my man. He hasn't lost a playoff game. Him and Russell Wilson have the two longest playoff win streaks going on right now. And Flacco, he may not bring it in the regular season, but as soon as them playoffs, them big games happen, that man brings it.
Joe Flacco went 4 for 21 in a game 2 weeks ago. I'm not taking
He's Trent Dilfer V2. That's what he is. Trent Dilfer V2.
Aaron Rodgers is playing the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He didn't throw an interception at all in home games this year. Obviously, the Super Bowl did not played at home, but you just look at what he does, the arm strength, the accuracy. He's just incredible.
I would have picked him if he didn't have that calf injury right now and he wasn't nursing it. I would have probably picked him too, but I'll go with Luck, man. He's got the beard, the neck beard going on. He don't say sorry. He don't care.
My biggest thing with Andrew Luck is he's still young. He still doesn't have that experience, but again, putting up incredible playoff numbers.
No Tom Brady. No Peyton Manning.
My number 2 is Russell Wilson.
No. Listen. No, I agree with that. Trust me, I was just throwing it out there.
We don't got big ill will in here tonight.
Manning was at the bottom of my list.
Oh, absolutely. I'd take Eli Manning in the playoffs over Peyton Manning. In the playoffs.
I mean, he's got 2 rings over his brother, you know.
Absolutely.
2 to 1.
All right, so let's move on to the MLB. All right, so we just had, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Craig Biggio, Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson. Just got elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Right.
All right. Some of the people that were left off: Mike Piazza, Jeff Bagwell, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds. Some of these guys that were a part of the steroid era.
Yeah, they all had one thing in common.
I already kind of.
Yeah, I know.
That was ill-timed joke.
Well, anyway,
so okay, what are your thoughts on these guys? Are they deserving of being put in? Should they be automatically dropped off the ballot? How do you think this should go?
My only issue is all 4 guys who got in this year played in the steroid era. At this point, I'm willing to assume that every person who played from the 90s to the early 2000s was on steroids. I think you should just go ahead and open the floodgates. If they have a body of work worthy of being in the Hall of Fame, put them in unless there's definite proof that they use steroids. And even then, it wasn't illegal. So that's my big point is that they weren't doing anything.
It wasn't illegal?
They weren't doing anything breaking the rules of baseball. Baseball didn't have a steroid policy.
Well, steroids it's an illegal drug, though.
Yeah, but it's not illegal in baseball. I don't care whether it's legal or not outside of baseball. And again, they're doing something that everyone else is doing. Open the floodgates. Let them all in.
I disagree with you there. I mean, you say everyone. I mean, Derek Jeter, Ken Griffey Jr. We're talking.
You can't assume any of those guys are clean. You can't.
You can't. There's innocent until proven guilty. They've never even had like that shade thrown their way. I mean, you look at Ken Griffey.
Ken Griffey did not use.
Thank you.
I love Ken.
Yeah, no,
I like Ken Griffey.
And what he did.
We loved
without
Roger
steroids,
Clemens too.
What he did without steroids, like he was still top 5 of his generation. I mean, he made top 3.
Hollywood.
I'm going to say that you can't tell all the time 100% by looking at a guy if he did steroids.
Not at all. James Toney.
So to say that all the big guys like Jeff Bagwell, Edgar Martinez, Mike Piazza, who just happened to be mentioned in some kind of guy's report, don't deserve to be in, I don't buy that. Look at the last confirmed steroid user, Ryan Braun. He was the MVP of the NL for the Milwaukee Brewers, and I mean he don't got that 25-inch neck or whatever. He looked like a normal guy. And even looking at people like you said, proven until they're innocent until proven guilty, man. I mean, I say Mike Piazza is the greatest hitting catcher of all time. He should be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm not going to take away anything from the pitchers who made it, because like they pitched against these steroid users, so they deserve it. But at the same time, you like you said, the body of work. What did they do? It wasn't illegal. It wasn't against the rules of baseball, so they should deserve it. Mickey Mantle and some of these older guys from the 50s and 60s, they were doing amphetamines while they were playing.
Yeah, Babe Ruth used to use the horse. It was some kind of horse pill, or whatever.
So should we just go retro ban them? So I don't know. If you get the votes, you should be in.
I'm for me, I'm a little stuck on it for the simple fact of I think it sends a bad message if you do put these guys in, because it does say, okay, I can cheat and I can still be be on top of the sport, and it's just tough.
How did they cheat?
Really is.
What rule did they break in baseball?
If you're not using natural talent, not your natural God-given talent and skill.
What rule did they break in baseball?
So steroids aren't illegal in baseball now?
They weren't at the time.
They are now.
They are now. They weren't at the time.
Okay, but do you not believe that they enhance your skill? They make you a better player?
They do.
So, and you're okay with that?
I'm just
They
saying,
didn't break any
I don't
rules.
care how much you can bench press. It's hard to hit a baseball. It's a sport where you could fail 7 out of 10 times, and you're considered one of the best players in the league.
Well, the thing is, though, Barry Bonds went from a player who was a contact hitter, hitting .330 all the time, and went from that to now this player who had already put the bat on the ball, he's smashing it 130, 300 feet further.
Probably 400
you know what I'm
feet,
saying?
but yeah.
It's either here or there. And we're going to talk about what's on your mind coming up here in a moment. Here's Naughty Boy Sam Smith, La La La.
And here's what the Joes have on their mind today.
It's 9:47 back here on the Average Joe Sports Show. Kellen, we got Hollywood, JB, Foof, and on the line, we got my man Dave Ornauer. Dave, you there?
Yo, what's up?
How you doing, brother?
Better than I deserve, as Dave Ramsey would say.
Absolutely. And, you called in and, giving us some great insight offline, but we're doing what's on your mind right now. What's on your mind, Dave?
Cardale Jones.
What about Cardale Jones?
What a great story. You mentioned it. Mentioned Oregon and Ohio State, and that national championship game coming up on Monday. Can't wait for that. It's going to be amazing. Right now, the over/under is 73. I would put it more at 110. I mean, these two guys can just light up the scoreboard. Mariota and Cardale Jones. Call him a third-string quarterback. That guy is no ordinary third-string quarterback. And from a hard-scrabble background, look where he's at. He's won a conference championship. They just dump-trucked Wisconsin, 59-0. And then to take top-ranked Alabama. Who is it? One of you guys said no one saw that coming? I didn't see it coming.
No, not at all.
Absolutely didn't see it coming. He and Ohio State, they played that Alabama secondary like the Boston Pops.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely did.
And Ezekiel Elliott, oh my goodness, what a talent. That kid can fly. And dudes, I'm an Alabama fan. I'm a Crimson Tide fan. I had to tip my cap. What a performance. It was great.
You definitely have to do that. Absolutely.
But I love the Cardale Jones story. You go online, read it. It's at any number of websites, cbssports.com, si.com. Go read it.
We'll definitely have to check that out, Dave. And we appreciate you hitting us up and giving us your thoughts, brother.
Take care, gentlemen.
Hey, have a nice day.
You too.
Enjoy the weekend.
Hollywood, what's on your mind, brother?
Well, I just gotta, sometimes put that international flavor on the show. So everybody who keeps up with the European soccer world will know Lionel Messi right now is in talks with maybe switching over to Chelsea FC.
I saw that. Didn't he follow him on Twitter or
Instagram?
And it caused a big stir. People lost their minds.
So, yeah, that's a rumor mill. A lot of people who follow Barcelona are saying that he's still got a couple of years left on his contract and it'd be too expensive to loan him over or whatnot. But, I mean, that it's probably getting the ball rolling. To say without sounding too cliche with soccer, but it'd be cool to see him go play in the highest level competition in Europe right now. I would prefer for him to stay in Barcelona and keep the Spanish league going, but wherever the money is, wherever the talent is, that's where these guys tend to go.
Absolutely. And Foof, what you got, man?
On my mind, I'm sure you've already hit on it during the week, but we lost a great this week.
I shouldn't even. I was gonna. Yeah. Go ahead.
When you think ESPN, you think two people. You think Stuart Scott. You think Chris Berman. He came along. He changed the game. He affected the way I came up. He's one of the big reasons I'm a broadcaster right now. R.I.P. man. I miss you, and I didn't know you, but I wish I did.
Yeah,
JB,
stuff to follow. Honestly, I'm going to vent a little bit. College football national championship coming up, obviously a very exciting time for college football, but the landscape of college sports is wrong. It's flawed. They really need to do something to change the system. Jim Harbaugh just got one of the richest contracts in college sports history. He's going to go coach Michigan, be eligible immediately. We have players who transfer, can't play immediately. We have players who can't eat. We have players who struggle to make money because they come from such poor backgrounds and can't get food, whereas these college coaches and these ADs make multiple millions of dollars, and these programs bring in multiple millions of dollars on these players' names.
Biggest pimps on earth.
Yes, there has to be some kind of system to even this out. And I'm not saying you should pay the kids, and if you do pay them, you don't have to pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars, but let's make sure they have food.
Yeah,
let's make sure let's make sure their basic needs are met. After all, they're raising the profile of your university. Right. They're the reason kids go to Alabama. They're the reason kids go to Michigan.
The big argument with that is, well, they're getting a free education. What do you say to that? Because that's what people say. They're getting a free education, which they are. But at the same time, with these coaches, these ADs, everybody making so much money off of it, I completely agree.
My question is it really free? They are supposed to be full-time students, correct? A lot of people went to college. Being a full-time student is hard. Now, you throw on a job, that's even more difficult. Their job is probably the hardest job you can imagine. They are paid to perform, essentially. And at that level, with that kind of pressure and scrutiny, they have unreal expectations. I mean, honestly, they get a raw deal in this whole thing. There has to be some kind of reform to the system.
Being a scholarship athlete's more or less a full-time job.
And you know what? I'm wrapping it with, I wish we had talked this out beforehand, because same for me. Stuart Scott's been the thing that's been on my mind all week. The passing of Stuart Scott. I lost him at 49 years old after his third bout with cancer. 7 years of battling it. And I actually have a tattoo on my shoulder. It says "Never Give Up." And I got it in July when I was home, right after Stuart Scott did his ESPY speech. And it was one of those things. When he did that, it was just like the Jimmy V speech. You knew it was something special. I didn't know that would be the last time we'd have a great speech from Stuart Scott, but it meant so much to me. I went and got the "Never Give Up" tatted on my arm. So, rest in peace, Stuart Scott. He was one of the greats, one of the best ever, So, rest in
Booyah.
peace. We're keeping this thing going. Here's Phoenix, 1901. 9:57, Blur right there with song 2. We're wrapping things up here on the Morning Cruise Control. Senior Airman Kellen Carr and my little bro Jordan headed back to the States tomorrow, man.
Man, it's been a great trip. Thank you, Japan, for a great week. Thank you, Kellen, such a gracious host and a great gift, and everybody at AFN and really everybody at Dakota. Thank you for an incredible 2 weeks.
It has been phenomenal, man, and I'll be missing you, man, but I'll see you in June.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be all good, brother. All right, so folks, make sure you stay tuned. We got the console crossover coming right back at you. We got Senior Airman Rebecca Gager going to be holding it down. And then this afternoon with your boy Blue, he's going to be on the mic, so stay tuned for that. Have a great weekend. Take care. Be great ambassadors. And also, guard your pockets, people. I leave you now with Kendrick Lamar. Here's I.
Lift up your head and keep moving. Or let the paranoia haunt you. Peace to fashion police. I wear my heart.